We're just cleaning up after a really busy Christmas, so there's not a lot of activity in the office this week, but I did want to talk to you quickly about something called the Feast of St. Stephen. Now, this is something that's usually celebrated on December 26th in the Western tradition and December 27th in the Eastern Church, but this is actually where we get our term Boxing Day from. See, the Feast of St. Stephen is when we remember the martyrdom of Stephen, and you can read his story in Acts chapter 7. But Stephen was one of the first leaders in the Christian community who was martyred or killed for his faith in Jesus. But the really interesting thing here is that Stephen wasn't a pastor or preacher or apostle in the church. He was actually a deacon. And the deacons were the group of people who were tasked with looking after the poor in the community, making sure that people had food, making sure that those who were in need were looked after. And what's really interesting here is that the first Christian feast, the first celebration after the arrival of the Christ child and once light has come to the world, is the remembrance of someone who served the poor. Essentially, Stephen was the guy who looked after the soup kitchen in the early community. And what's important about that is to realize that this is what Boxing Day is all about. It's the time where we box up everything that we don't need, all of our excess, and we go out and we give it to the poor. And so as you celebrate this Christmas tide, this season with friends and family, I pray that you remember those in need all around you this season, and you celebrate the Feast of St. Stephen in a way that's appropriate.